Hello, I'm Kyle Elrod with Kona Ice, Cleveland, Chattanooga, and I have 4 trucks. I've been doing it since 2010. I was born here in Cleveland, have lived here all my life. Went to the local schools, of course, attended college at University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, where I graduated in 1985. Before I graduated, I opened a video store here locally, and then a couple years after I had gotten into the video store, I got into a major franchise that everyone is very familiar with that's in food service. I was with this other franchise for 25 years, 26 years, something like that, maybe even longer than that. It was a long time. And I got started with them in 1987. At that time they had 300 or 400 units across America. Now they have over 42,000. We started with 2 stores. Just kept adding stores, usually 2 a year. At one point, I had 13 stores. This franchise figured out a way to add to their bottom line at the expense of the franchisee's bottom line. And it just never got better. They just kept throwing things on top of us. Started out with just a saturation of locations. Then it became a promotion that everyone is familiar with, that essentially transferred the profits from the franchisee to the franchisor. We ended up making much less money with this promotion that everybody knows. The margins became just so thin that I had to start looking for something else. I had a friend on Facebook that was a fan of the Kona Ice in Cartersville, which is Mark Kinney's Kona. And I started looking at it, loved the idea of the flavor wave. When I saw that, I said, that's a home run. Kids are just gonna go crazy over this. So I called corporate. They gave me a list of the people to call. They gave me the 3 people, said call these people. I set that list over here. I called everybody I wanted to call. So I started with Sharon Sweeney up in New Hampshire, because if you're selling Konas in New Hampshire, you're selling them anywhere. As far as I know, there's not an Alaska franchisee. And everybody just had great things to say, loved how they worked with Kona, loved the experience of being part of Kona. So at that point, I went ahead and went down to Atlanta and saw Mark and a couple of other franchisees and saw their truck in action, and just loved the whole concept and just couldn't really find a speed bump. So with nobody saying no, I moved forward. And I got my first truck at the end of April in 2010, and within 6 weeks I had to get a second truck. And we ran with the 2 trucks for probably 3 years. At that point I added a 3rd truck, and then we added our 4th truck about 1.5 years ago. One of the things that I really liked the most about Kona was the fixed royalty. You know how much you're gonna spend, and it's not ridiculous. It's not based on what your sales are. You're actually, when you do a percentage royalty, you're getting punished for doing well. And I had a year with that other franchise where my royalty was over $300,000. And that particular year, I made about 10% of what that royalty was. So I just looked at that and said, there's something wrong. There's gotta be a better way than this. And then when I started looking at Kona, just looking at the concept of Kona and then looking at their business model and saw what that royalty was, I went, this is amazing. There's not an incentive on the part of corporate to monkey around with your sales. They don't really have a need to come in and do all these kind of things that are detrimental to the franchisee. Another great thing about Kona is just the relationship that I have with the company. Much more personal than what I had with the other people. I'm not just a number, I'm a name, and I have everyone's number in my cell phone. I can pick it up, I can call anyone that I need to at any time. Never had a problem with Kona that didn't get taken care of just right away. And it's just a wonderful environment. I just look forward to the time that I get to go up there and be around all those people. And it's worth the price of admission. If you don't know Tom Lamb, even if you're not gonna get a Kona truck, pay the fee just so you can talk to him. There's no comparison between what I do with Kona and what I did with the other people. It's just 180 degrees, and I couldn't be happier with the way that relationship has been. I would say that for me, Kona has been a life-changing experience. You will talk to other Kona people that say, oh yeah, I'm all about the give back. I wanted to help the community. I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. No, I wanted the money is what I wanted when I got it started. And that changed quickly. Once I got into Kona and saw that business model at work and saw what I could do for the community and saw, how the money could help other people. And for me, it was life-changing. I'm not the same person that I was 6 years ago, and that's totally due to Kona. About 2 weeks ago, I shaved my head for Jack's Chattanoggans, which is to benefit the Children's Hospital Foundation in Chattanooga. That's for the children's cancer patients. And we raised $3,000 for them. I have not seen another franchise anywhere in all my years of being in business, and I've been with other franchises that have been just overall such a great business model, such a great environment, and that allows the franchisee to flourish. The vast majority of franchises are created for the benefit of the franchisor. This one is legitimately created where you can flourish, and that's very important. There's not many of those out there, and I just feel blessed that I was able to get into Kona at the time that I did.